In this lesson, we have a table where the sales are divided into products, product categories, and brands. Although the example is simplified and the table has been formatted, the table seems unclear. For tables containing data with 2 or more levels of categorization, a good and easy-to-use solution is grouping. In the example, we'll use the lowest category, products, then select all the rows where the first brand's products are. The next step is to select Group from the Data tab. As a result, a margin appears to the left of the row numbers, and on it there's a vertical line which has a square with a minus sign at the end of it. Above it, there are also 2 squares with the numbers 1 and 2. These numbers indicate 2 possible views that are currently available: the view with expanded groups, represented by the number 2, and collapsed groups, represented by the number 1. Also, if you click on the minus sign or the vertical line, it hides the product group. We can go back to the previous view by clicking the square with the plus sign or the square with the number 2. We can repeat the entire operation for other product groups. However, the group command doesn't work for several areas at once, so we must select each of the product groups separately and click on the group icon for each individual group. The F4 key at the top of your keyboard will significantly speed up this operation. F4 repeats the last action. Grouping works in exactly the same way for columns. Now we'll select the columns from C to H and click Group, or F4. After closing the product groups and the month group, the table only shows the sales for brands and categories in the first half of the year. Grouping can be used on many levels. Let's assume that we're working on a table with all its data visible, prepared for our supervisor who's not interested in details. The supervisor will show the same file to his boss, who is not interested in brands, only the aggregated results at the category level. So we'll select the rows from 3 to 16 and click the group command. We've created the next level of grouping. The same can be done for rows 18 to 20 and 22 to 29. 3 different views for the rows, numbered 1, 2 and 3, are now available. View 1 shows only the categories. View 2 shows categories and the brands, and View 3 reveals all the rows in the table. Grouping works similarly to hiding rows and columns, but if we need to hide and reveal the same rows or columns multiple times, grouping significantly speeds up our work. To clear the grouping, simply select the relevant rows and columns and select Ungroup from the Data tab. If you want to delete several levels of grouping, repeat this action as many times as necessary. The F4 key will be useful again here. If you want to delete all the levels of grouping in the worksheet, both for the rows and the columns, select any single cell in the worksheet, and then select Ungroup from the Data tab, making sure to click on the word Ungroup to view the drop-down menu, and then finally select Clear Outline. Please note that by selecting Clear Outline makes it impossible to undo this and all the preceding operations. If the table contains totals, we can use automatic grouping. Select Group and click on Auto Outline. In our case, it gives us a similar result to the one we obtained before. Please note that by using Auto Outline, it also makes it impossible to undo this and all preceding operations. A very similar grouping effect can be obtained by recording a simple macro that hides rows and columns, then assigning the macro to a button in the sheet, or to a command located in the ribbon. You can find out more about this subject in the Visual Basic for Application or VBA course. A printable version of the exercises list is available to download so that you can tick the examples you have completed. Hopefully this will motivate you to complete the whole course and pass the exam available at the end of the Advanced Excel course.